Welcome back, you guys, and once again I'm here with a step-by-step guide of how to make 1,000,000 coins so you can get brilliant teams like this or continually get shafted by SBCs like this. So you've got mega options here. I hope you guys make a ton of coins from this, and I hope you get better pack luck than me, but let's get into it. So if you guys are sick of losing at FIFA because your team isn't good enough or you're not good enough at the game, then right now you need to head over to skycoach.gg. Not only can they coach you in your weekend league or play your games for you, you can buy any amount of coins you want, and all of the services get 10% off right now with the code PRORECALL. Go check them out below. Make sure to click the link in the description, and let's get into it. So first off, we're going to be back on the squad screen market because as you guys saw there, we got 2 duplicate cruises that I have nothing to use for at the minute, and this is the market that you can use fluently with duplicates waiting. So this is the better one to use for myself right now. Some of you might find that the regular transfer market is actually available to you as well, and you can use that as you wish. Now for those of you who had less than 100k, do not worry, you are on the right channel, but you are on the wrong video. So go find yourself one of my 0 to 100k videos. That will show you exactly how to use a small amount of coins to get to 100k or even start with nothing. And once you've gone and finished that, come back over here. If you are still here, we're going to use that duplicate cruise as inspiration for our first filter. Now we have a couple options in relation to cruise, and all of them are high budget. Now first of all, if you go Liga Santander midfielder and you go Real Madrid, you've got the likes of, you got Valverde, Vinicius Jr., you've got Camavinga, who for some reason has a price cap of 13k, so obviously we've got to knock that up to 13 there, and so obviously you've got to cancel him out because he's not going to make us any coins. So once you go there, we've got Modric, Cruz, Tchouameni, you've got Vazquez, you've got Valverde, and you've got Vinicius Jr., an absolutely cluttered filter, which is really good because you can get a ton of cards on here and you can make a ton of profit off of pretty much every single one. So the minimum we're looking at for this one of, as I say, one of the most flustered filtered of the year, you're looking at, I think it's Vinny and Vazquez here at the bottom. Vinny's the bottom one, which is not what I was expecting, to be honest. You're looking at, what, 20, there's a 20 there, that's probably a snipe. So I think he goes for about 24 off the top of my head. So I'm going to list it for 23 because it guarantees to sell a little bit quicker. EA tax at 23. If we work out quickly, 10% is 2.3, half that, 1,150, which means we take off that, and that's the profit. So we're basically making 1,850 coins there. So that's actually quite good. So no complaints from me off of the snipe that was not really planned. So basically, as you can see, at 22,750, there's literally no cards other than the ones we picked up and a few others. 23, there's quite a few, so you will sell at 23, but obviously 27.50, that's where it kind of starts trickling down. So you know 27.50 is too easy for a sell, you push for a 23. Now that does mean for EA tax purposes, if you go down to 21, you're going to be making about 750 coins a card. Now because those of you who are still here in this video should have about 100k, that shouldn't really be good enough for you. Now we picked up one at 20, and that is actually a good point to be picking them up because that means you're making more than 1,000 coins profit. You're actually making, I think at that point you're making 7 or 850. At this point you're making 1,850. Now I would say 1,000 per card is good enough for me, but that might not be what you guys find. So that might be something that you think, actually I'd like to make a little bit more. Now being that we've picked up 2 pretty much straight away from that, I'm going to knock it down a little bit further. We do, oh, that was not what we want. Obviously, bear in mind when you do use this type of market, it resets after every time you change the section. So obviously you've got to go back to midfielder. Now I would suggest going for 2,500 here. I would say as well, if you want to maybe push the budget up a bit, you can change it to centre mid, and it does only get you a certain few of the cards where you've got the Cruises, the Modriches there. Ooh, lovely snipe on Vinny there. We'll absolutely take that. And then we're going to look at the other cruise inspired filters. So we've got Germany, Liga Santander, minimum 10k. You're going to get Ter Stegen, Kroos and Rudiger. So all of these, very similar price range at the minute. I think Rudiger is just pushing up what an 87 should be regularly, obviously, because he is very usable in game. I think He's probably got one of the best ones to watch cards out. I think it's probably incredible. But unfortunately, because of the centre-backs I've got for free, I won't be getting the chance to try him. But I have actually decided that Vidic is going to take a back seat for Maldini. I've heard that Maldini is worth benching Vidic, and Vidic would be a very good super sub. Now, we're looking at a very similar price range for 23. Once again, you're going to want to go down to about 21. 21,750 seems to kind of be the point where we're making just over a K per card. Now, the reason I'm saying you want to make a K per card is because we're above 20K, obviously, in terms of what we're using per snipe. So, you know, making 5% back isn't bad. And then also, you're at 100K. We don't really want to be playing with the small figures there. So I know that a K isn't great, but as the minimum profit on a filter with free cards that are all in the same league, same nation, same kind of topic, and very easily snipeable. Now, I think we just missed one there. I don't know if I think I saw some gold on my screen, but that might be me just being delusional with the gagging for a snipe that I am. And we've just missed a 20K, which would have been the same profit that we got on that Vinny, which is about 1.8K. So it's a bit of an L. Being that we've had a few good profits available, but you can see there is a ton that you can snipe and make a really good profit off. Another one we can look at the minute, gold rare, forward, England and Prem. The reason we look at this is because similar value, but you can actually get quite a few good cards there. You've got Kane, you've got Sterling and Foden. Now, what I would say is if you are building your coins from around 100K, this is the filter for you. But for those of you with a little bit more coins, I've got a next filter that's a little bit better. So first of all, you want to set the buy now, find out what that is. Obviously, you're looking at Foden and Sterling. So 85 is obviously being up right now. You're looking, okay, Vardy as well, sorry. So Foden, Vardy, you're looking at around probably 14, I guess 14,500, maybe 14,750, arguably. Okay, from the looks of the market, maybe 15K. So EA tax on 15K is about 750. I'd say we probably want to go down to about there. No, is that right? Yeah, that's a K profit. So that one there is a K profit. If you want to push it up to 13,500, you're making about 750 coins. Isn't bad, but isn't what you'd want at this price. So moving on to this one, a little bit better here for the profit. You've got gold rare, forward, Prem and Tottenham Hotspur. Now, you've got Perisic, Kane and Son all coming under this if you take off gold rare. You've got Perisic's card, that one there. There's Richarlison, there's Kane's specials. Obviously, you are more going to be sitting on these gold rares. The minimums for all these players does go around this. You can see Richarlison can be picked up for as low as 34K. Obviously, it's less likely, but we've got the Kane and Son filter here, really. There's a Perisic here and there, but you're going to mostly be looking at Kane and Son. So having a look at the 50K mark, you've got those two coming up slightly, obviously pretty much exactly what 89s would be. I think these two being on the same team makes it a lot easier to find filters like these. You've got a couple Perisic's there. Let's just check what his minimum is. So looking at the minimums, actually, his higher rated card has a minimum of 35K, whereas his lower rated card is sitting around that price. So it's good. You can pretty much pick both of them. The only thing is, I think the higher rated one does kind of get maxed out of this field because I think we'll have to go a little bit below 35, but potentially we'll see where we can actually sell a Perisic for. Let's have a look. So on the market, you've not really got many. We lower the price a bit. Okay, so the market's been a bit weird today, and it isn't showing up all the cards, but you're looking at it, he's going for about 36, which means on EA tax, to get up below all of these guys, obviously you miss out on the higher rated Perisic, but it doesn't matter too much, you can still get this one, Kane and Son. You're going to go from 37, 10% is 3.7, so we're just going to do it as if it's 4K, because it's a little bit easier to round with that. So we'll knock off 2K, that's EA tax covered. Knock off another K, that's your profit. So Son, Kane and Perisic all coming up onto this one. Unfortunately, we do miss out on the higher rated Perisic, but we've got the position modified Perisic, which I think is probably a little bit better for holding value and potentially picking up at this time. He actually goes for as low as 10K as his minimum, so you've got a little bit have a better opportunity with him as well. So all round, it's not too bad. It's a shame that you miss out on one Perisic. Hopefully, there can be some sort of surge for the need of the lower one, and then you can push this up. And if you can get the minimum to 35K, even if you'd like to, you know what, actually, on the main market, you could compare price at 35K, obviously, or at 36, and then everything that comes up at 35 or under, you can pick up. So that might be the way to go. We could possibly give that a go. Understand what I meant there. We set up the filter in exactly the same way on the main market. You want to search for 37. So for those of you who didn't know what I meant by that, we go forward, Prem, Tottenham, same thing on the main market. You want to get your max price there. get that done so that it's a fresh search. And then as you can see, all of these are going to be 36,500 or below. Now, if we find this version of Perisic or any of the other cards available, we can pick them up at 30, I think it was 34 was the price that we were looking at for them. Kane and Son, if they come up, you can just pick them up. So if you pick up this Perisic, it's got to be 34 or below. The other Perisic, who you can now find because we're searching at a higher price than 35, you can pick him up at any rate that you find him at. Same for the other cards. So Perisic is the only one who limits you here. Now, if you find that Perisic isn't coming up and you want to get rid of him from the filter, you can go to Gold Rare, and that will remove him from the filter. It will leave you with Kane and Son, which obviously I think, is 39 a good value for a Son? So 39 seems to be about what he's going for. They're about 40k, obviously 2k off that with EA tax. I'd say we'll go down to 36,750. It means we're making just over a k per card, but also means if he goes down by like a few hundred coins, we can still make maybe 700 or 800 regardless of market value. Oh, we just missed a 37. One of my favorite filters that I found this year is called the GOAT filter. So you go League One, you go PSG, you go forward, and I don't think you need to do anything else. I think that is just enough. Now, realistically, we're not going to get any of the special cards here, so Gold Rare is the way to go with this one. So you've got Neymar, you've got Messi, and you've got regular Mbappe. Now, I don't know what Mbappe's going for right now. Obviously a lot more than the other two. Now his minimum does actually technically meet this filter, so you can get him if someone is absolutely retarded. And so the next filter we're going for, and the next filter we're going to go for is the GOAT filter. It's my favourite filter that I've ever found because it's just the GOAT filter. You've got Gold Rare, Forward, League One and PSG. Now you've got Mbappe, Neymar and Messi. Mbappe's minimum actually falls under this. So if someone makes a massive blunder and tries to list him for maybe 800k and actually goes for 80, you could possibly get him on this. But you've got Messi and Neymar here. Very similar values. Obviously not similar rating, but they're just kept at those values because they are Messi and Neymar. So we're looking at around, I think 65, I think was the cutoff point for Messi usually. He might have gone down a little bit from the looks of things. Let's have a look. 60k, there's nothing. You've got 66, you've got a couple. Let's have a look how many is 66, see if we can snipe around this. Seems a little bit too much there. We probably want to go for 64, I'd say is like a sell-on point. So let's have a look. Okay, so maybe 60, 65? I'd say 65, there's... Okay, 65 is probably, we'll say 65.5, but I'll do EA tax as if it's 66. So 10% is 6.6, half is at 3.3. So you've got to go down by 3, and then, wait, yeah, 3, and then also the 0.3, which is that. EA tax, you probably want to go for 60k. I picked up a Messi for 55 before when he was going for a bit more than this, so you've definitely got the opportunity. It is just luck with the GOAT filter. I'd say you've got to hope that someone gets, because the thing is, people will get Messi and Neymar now, they'll pack them and go, oh, like that's actually such a bad price, like, oh. And people, I can see, like, you got to think, people who are new to the game especially will pack Messi, think they've got like a golden ticket to getting like the best squad. And then when they realise it's like 65k, they're probably going to list them quicker. So you've got the good opportunity of getting min-price Messis or lower-price Messis. And the same with Neymar. People will find out the price, rage, list him low. Usually it is a really good one. I've had 4 or 5 Messi snipes that are absolutely unbelievable. But alas, we failed today. But it doesn't mean PSG are useless to us, especially when you're trying to make a ton of coins. The goalkeeper filter that you've got with PSG is going to make you a ton. We've got Donnarumma and Navas. Really, really easy one. And you can spam through that. Now, another option with PSG, if you take off the player filter entirely, we go for gold team of the week. You've got Hakimi now, who's really busting up the values there. You've got Donnarumma, you've got Mendes as well. Now obviously, realistically, Hakimi is a ridiculously expensive right back. He's not going to fall under the same realms as Mendes. However, people will still list it for the minimum, and you've still got that opportunity. Now another one, obviously, if we're doing the millies, as we've said before, Liga Santander, minimum 10,250, and you've got your goalkeepers. So obviously, when we do go for that, we go minimum 10,250, we go for the goalkeepers. You got your likes of ter Stegen, you've got Romero, and you've got Oblak. If you set it to just gold rares, you're going to be just getting Oblak, ter Stegen, Courtois. Or if you want the informs, you've got Reina, you've got Rajovic, you've got Romero, and a ton more. Forget one of the most insanely obvious filters available. If you go for gold rare, you've got midfielders at Bayern, you've got Kimmich, Müller, and I think you've got Gnabry as well. Once again, no brainer, gonna make you a ton. You want to have a look at Man United, you go Brazil, you go minimum 10,250, and then you obviously go midfielder. With this one, you've got Anthony, you've got Casemiro, Casemiro's inform, Casemiro's World Cup card. You've also got Fred's, this Centurion's card, and also his like position weird card as well. With Spain Premier League and midfielder with a minimum of 10,250, you're looking at Rodri, and you're also looking at the likes of Thiago as well. And popping that same filter on Brazil Premier League and any, you've got Thiago Silva, Alisson, Casemiro, Fabinho, Ederson, Gomes is in form, absolute ton for there for you to make a ton of coins of. And one of the last ones I'm going to have a look at for you is just a special version of that, because you've got Martinelli, you've got Casemiro. Realistically, I think this filters at about 20k, but it might be a little bit under. I don't know if informs have shot down a little bit. Yeah, you're looking at about 22k. You've got Gomes, Gabriel, really easy filter to make a ton of coins. I reckon we could probably snipe one in a few sec. Oh, is that a snipe? How much it? I think that is. That is a snipe. That's going for 22. So when I said it was instant, I meant instant. But nonetheless, I hope you guys have enjoyed. And of course, if you are new around here, make sure to subscribe. It helps the channel a lot. If you do want to buy some coins, go check out the sponsor. And of course, if you want to see more of me, Instagram and TikTok are in the bio. I'll see you guys tomorrow.